everyone, I'm at Hollywood Studios today. Got my Hollywood Studios sweatshirt, and I recommend this park for your second day if you're gonna be here for a week, especially if you go to Magic Kingdom first, because Magic Kingdom is open late during the summer especially. It is open late if you're gonna go to the Christmas party or the Halloween party, so you're gonna be up until at least midnight or later. And Hollywood Studios, a lot of people say that it's a half-day park. I personally think there's a lot to do here. I say that all the time, but I love it here. This is one of my favorite parks, but it's so relaxing. Why? Because there are shows, lots of shows where you sit down for 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time. You do Indiana Jones, you can do Beauty and the Beast, you can do Little Mermaid, Frozen Sing-Along, and Muppets 3D. And we're gonna be doing all those today, so I'll show you a little bit of those. But the great thing about it is you're just kind of relaxing all day, so you can sleep in. You don't have to get here as early because there isn't quite as much to do, but you can kind of take a leisurely pace. I love the places to eat here. Their Christmas decorations up. Our first fast pass today is for Tower of Terror. I made it between 11 and 12. You get an hour window to do it, and it's our first one of the day. We just got here a little bit ago because, like I said, it's a great place. It's a great park to go to if you want to sleep in because you don't have to get here as early. But I like to do Tower of Terror first because it's a thrill ride. So when you first get here, you're not too tired. Sometimes when you're really tired, a thrill ride does not sound that exciting. And because it's such a fun ride, I mean, it's great to kick off your day with like the most iconic ride at Hollywood Studios. Funny story, this ride used to terrify me. I don't know if I've said this before. I cried. I was about 9 or 10, I think, the first time I rode it. I was crying. I was like freaking out, and now I absolutely love it. But my mom loved this ride the first time she did it, and the last time we did it, I didn't want to do it for a really long time. She actually talked me into doing it. And so anyway, she got on and she had her bag kind of just like on her lap, and she forgot that you really have to secure it. So the ride's like dropping down and the bag's flying up in her face, and we have this picture of her like looking at her bag as it's like flying up into the air. So ever since then, she's not been a big fan of this ride. So that's another tip. If you have a bag, make sure you secure it when you go on Tower of Terror. Do not try to just like put it on your lap because it will fly up in your face. So we're gonna go do this and I'll see you in a little bit. The ride queue for the Fast Pass, Hollywood Studios, Tower of Terror. Pretty views on the balcony.
Just crossed over into the Twilight Zone. Hollywood, 1939. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young movie town at the height of its golden age, the Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star in its own right. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard, because in tonight's episode, you are the star.
So we just did the Tower of Terror. It was really fun. There's a different sequence every time, so you guys may not know that. Sometimes it goes, you never know when it's gonna go up and down. So the elevator is not just one drop, it's several drops. And so this one went up and down a little too much for my taste. Sometimes it's just gone like really straight down, really far down quickly. But the up and down can make you like a little bit motion sick, so you might not want to have like a big meal before you do this ride. That's why, again, I definitely planned it before lunch. I feel fine, but I just feel a little bit like, as I was walking out, like I was staggering a little bit. Before we move on, I just thought I'd show you a little bit of the Tower of Terror merchandise. They have these hats. Those are pretty cool. You can get Hollywood Tower Hotel bells. They have this movie. I need to buy this movie so badly. I love it. It's a Tower of Terror movie, and it has, does it have Kirsten? Yeah, Kirsten Dunst, a very young Kirsten Dunst. That's so funny. Look how soft it is. It's just like one of the, just like a nice robe that you can get at like the Grand Floridian, but you can pretend you stayed in the Hollywood Tower Hotel. So we might do our Fast Pass for Toy Story Midway Mania. I recommend getting a Fast Pass for that also. It is always an incredibly long wait. It's kind of similar to the Buzz Lightyear ride where you have like shooting, like games and things like that, but it's so much cooler than Buzz Lightyear. You wear 3D glasses. It's a great time, so definitely get a Fast Pass for that. I checked and it's not quite time for our Toy Story Midway Mania Fast Pass, So we are gonna sneak in and grab some lunch. We're going to Pizza Rizzo. They are only open around lunchtime. I think they close at like 4. So I highly recommend them for lunch. It is a fun Muppet themed restaurant. So I'll show you that as quick service. This is the new area. It's meant to look like LA. And that restaurant apparently is kind of a bar. Like they serve alcohol and food. It's kind of a trendy LA type vibe. And I love this because right next to this restaurant is this little section that looks like Streets of America. So while Streets of America is gone, it's not completely forgotten. Looks like they have some windows over here. Oh my gosh. I gotta show you guys this. You think I'm kidding, but I would wear this. I love the window display. It's just like Streets of America. So, I mean, even though it's short, you can see it kind of ends over here. It's a little mini Streets of America. Oh look, there's a deli. Flower market. I wish that they still had the Once Upon a Time shop. Do you guys still watch Once Upon a Time? It's season 7 and I cannot quit this show. I love this show. Look, here's the Star Wars updates. Oh my gosh. Last time I showed this to you guys, there was nothing to see, but there's a building there. I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with Star Wars. Pizza Rizzo, right there by Muppets. Close to the Star Wars construction. Best pizza in Hollywood Studios. Show you the menu. Here's the famous original Pizza Rizzo pizzas. Here is the upstairs. I love it up here. Rizzo's Deluxe Supreme Banquet Hall. The theming in here is just absolutely adorable. Even the trash cans, it has Rizzo from the Muppets. Clean it up. Your mom don't work here. And here is the banquet hall. Love it. You know, they used to have a disco ball in here, but I don't see it. It must be gone. But there's the dance floor. This is great. And here's the area where I usually like to sit. There's a lot of windows. It's open. You can sit outside. Comes with a salad. Every pizza does. I got Ken's Italian dressing. Love this dressing. My food has to be gluten-free, but it's just as delicious. And here's my pizza. Doesn't that look amazing? If you like thin crust pizza, I would even recommend getting the gluten-free sometimes. I have some friends who actually like it better because it's thin and crispy. It's not disgusting tasting at all. Gluten-free has come a long way from what people think it is, but lots of sauce. I cannot wait to dig in. Here's a closer look at the artwork inside Pizza Rizzo. Love all the Muppet stuff. We are headed to Toy Story Midway Mania. So the Little Mermaid is right next to it, so we wanted to sit in a good spot for the Little Mermaid. It's one of our favorite shows. So we're gonna go do this, and then it'll be time for our Fast Pass for Little Mermaid, which is right next door, so it works out perfectly. I got 97,000 points, which is probably not a lot, but that's a personal best for me. And we are gonna head into Star Wars Launch Bay, so it's right next door. We're gonna check it out. And then we have Fast Passes for the Little Mermaid show. Stormtroopers! Look, they have jackets at the launch bay, just like Jen's. Star Wars artwork.
Wait, where's my Mickey one? Not him.
Oh, Princess Leia. Rogue One costume. There's a model of the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing fighter.
Each Winterschlag here, Captain Rod here, under the sea! You went up to the surface again, didn't you? Didn't you?
I'm 16 years old, I'm not a child.
Don't you take that tone of voice with me, young lady.
I wish
The only way to get what you want is to become human yourself.
You the one! It was you all the time!
Hollywood Studios are severely underrated. I absolutely love The Little Mermaid. Every time I see that show, I really just remember how much I loved mermaids, and even though Belle's kind of like more of my favorite princess now, I have such a special place in my heart for Ariel. So that was very nice and relaxing. We're getting kind of sleepy, so we're probably gonna get some coffee later, but we're gonna do the Muppets first, which is another way to sit down and relax. For anyone who's sad that this fountain is gone, get excited because it's no longer a planter. They're putting the fountain back. I cannot wait. Muppets Vision 3D.
There's a telephone call for you. It's urgent. Yeah. I got it. We don't have a telephone.
I'm so sad the Great Movie Ride is gone. It's one of my favorites, but the coming attractions is a Mickey Mouse ride. I have been a big fan of classic movies, especially 1930s and 40s screwball comedies with Cary Grant, Irene Dunne, Barbara Stanwyck. Some of my favorites are Bringing Up Baby, His Girl Friday, The Awful Truth, which is not the newer movie of The Awful Truth, which is not that great, I have to say. But even though those movies aren't featured in the Great Movie Ride, it just inspired my love of classic cinema. I watched Singing in the Rain with Gene Kelly because of that. The Busby Berkeley, Bathing Beauties movies. There's just a lot of movies that I was inspired to watch because of that ride, and I'm so sad that it's gone. I mean, that's the one thing I have always loved about this park, and I hope it doesn't lose that when it has, even though I love Star Wars and Toy Story Land, I think it's gonna be great, but I just hope it doesn't lose that old Hollywood feel. I am going to get some Joffrey's coffee, and it sounds amazing. I'm super excited about this because I've not had a gingerbread latte for so long because the Starbucks syrups are not safe for me to drink, and these are, so yay Disney, that's another big win for Disney and food allergies.
The Force, it's calling to you.
The Star Wars show. I've been wanting to see her and the addition to the show, and finally I got a chance to do it. It's so cool to see a female heroine in the Star Wars franchise. I've always been a big fan of Princess Leia, but I absolutely love Rey. Now we're gonna go to my absolute favorite show of all time in any Disney park, and that is Beauty and the Beast.
Subscribe to my channel so you'll be sure to see part 2 of this video. I'll show you a unique viewing spot for Beauty and the Beast, plus I have tips for dinner options, fireworks, and planning the rest of your day at Hollywood Studios. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye!